Generic greetings and welcome back to Prison Architect. In the previous episode, we had some federal witnesses pop up, and we've still got 22 hours until they are apparently not federal witnesses. I don't know what's going to happen. I assume that they will leave. There'll be a bus come along and they'll leave, but I really don't know. Because of that, there was a weird, interesting bug where we go over to informants. Let's have a quick check. We can see a federal witness over here. Ed Stevenson, is that correct? It is federal witness. They were sentenced to 100 years for rioting, even though it was 5 years. So yes, I think that is a bug to do with that, and perhaps that will resolve itself later on. We also managed, in terms of construction goals, to get most of the kitchen complete, the canteen, as well as common room. And basically all of this stuff around here, you can see it still is under construction, and we do need to plumb some of this stuff in, which I will promptly do. There we go, that is that, easily done. However, we do need to get really this bit over here designed. Also, I think some lights in the area here would be problematic for people with shotguns. Would be of some benefit. So let's have a quick look over here. So we can see we've got Tom Peacock, age 20, dead, and also another one. And let's see where that is. Is it somewhere in there? I don't really know. There's a lot of taser stuff going off as well, and there's Ashby there, look. Ashby always survives the shotgun blast. Look at that direct shotgun blast from the armed guard. No problem whatsoever. Easy. A lot of these ones that are kicking off are not even gang members. They're just, because there's instigators around here, they just want to kick off. Anyway, so danger levels are going to go up again. It's just standard procedure now. We know it's going to go up because the leader's being punished, blah, 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 blah. Let's move on to other more interesting things. So, what we need to do is make 2 areas around here. It's already planned off, so that's fine. And this is going to be our model cells. So each one is going to be designed so that we can sort of copy stuff over. So maybe an entranceway in like so, and that means that we can have stuff in the corner. And the reason I'm doing it this way is because it means we can just clone it once we've done the one, you see. There we go. And jail doors will go on there. Actually, I might go for solitary doors. Solitary doors don't mean, it doesn't mean that it has to be used for solitary, they're just a tougher door. Just a higher graded level of doorage. So in terms of the bed, we will put the bed so you can see straight into it. We'll put one there, and we'll put one there. We'll have a toilet and a shower in here as well. We've got the whole loud noise thing going on. The problem, as I think about it now, is that these are going to be graded, and a lot of the people in here may not be eligible for a graded cell. Ah. Yeah. That's a problem. This area doesn't have any non-graded stuff. So I best hold off there. The cell quality is going to be 4. It is. And I think the minimum is 3 for people. I think it's 2. I think the difference is 2. We're going to have to play that by ear, really. I think what we'll do is we'll just clone it. We'll just clone that and just accept that there might be some changes to be made. We might have to do some changes in this one. Okay, we'll just copy it over then. Ah, and out of cash. So yeah, that's going to be a problem. So for example, if that was going to be our legendary sort of area, if we go over to this fella, Ashby. Actually, you don't see it from there. You see it from quality. Title to a grade 0. They'd never be allowed in these cells that we make. Like I say, I can go 2 up. I think I can go to 3. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. We'll have to keep an eye on it. We have a total of 38 maximum security prisoners in here, but we can have 55. So we are going to intake some of these. So we're going to say filter capacity. And sadly that ratio doesn't work at all. I'm just going to max it out, quite frankly. It doesn't matter if we fill it, because inevitably there's going to be a fight and there'll be some losses throughout the day. It's bad that we have to factor that in. Anyway, a better person would be able to resolve it via other means. Trying to place some stuff there, but it's not worked out. So anyway, surviving witnesses 7. That's federal witness court date. So yes, those prisoners will be leaving the area. So I'm going to turn off that intake there. Max sec intake. So max sec is now on. It says 44, 52. It might, no, 55. Yeah. What happens is, you notice I put that down, but it was still intaking for a while. That's because it orders the intake, but it doesn't count it until they've actually turned up. So even though I closed it when we were on about 40 odd, so we'd received, I think it was 12 in the bus, or however many it holds, it's still ordered it and we're waiting for them to arrive. So that's why there's that weird bug there. Weird quirk. I wouldn't call it a bug, necessarily. So you can see there's a lot of gang members on here. All of these gang members, however, are currently in high risk, so that's fine. In fact, all of the gang members are high risk as far as I can tell. Yes, it looks like... Oh, no, it looks like there's... Oh, no, we do have some gang members that are of a different one. So we're going to change that person over to maximum security. Once again, we'll take a look. So you see these two gang members and that gang member. There's another gang member. Yeah, so Ed, you have to be changed to maximum. So gangs, keeping an eye on that. The rest, to me, look to be correct. In terms of informants, lots of gang members, blah, blah. Nothing in terms of traitage that I should be worried about. Okay, we are over capacity. You can see maximum security is now 57, although we only have 55. That means they're going to spend the night in the holding cell. Oh no, a free slot. There's 3 slots just opened up there, so we can see that we got someone have just vacated the area, so that should be okay. Right, so we have got more than enough money now to, I think, finish off this area. So let's go to utilities and to the water pipe, and we're just going to run the water pipe roughly in the middle like that, and there we are. That should all be watered up now, and indeed the power should be correct as well. So there's that. Fine. So I'll have to think about this this thing and how we're gonna set it up. I'll be honest, I might not even use it. It might be a case of we've designed it, but we decide not to bother with it. That could be something that we go down. So these are the solitary areas. I'm going to put in solitary doors actually, because solitary doors have, I believe, more health than the double door, and then I'll put a bit of wall in there as well. We've got some early releases there, most of that coming from, it looks like to be minimum security. There's a ding-a-ling noise, and I have no idea what that would be. Oh, execution liability, I am assuming. Should we look at grading? We haven't looked at grading for a while. So reoffending rate is on 19%, so I believe that's ticked up a notch, but it's not great. Punishment 5, reform 3, security 0, health -2. So they haven't really moved. That hasn't really shifted a lot. The only thing that's altered really in a positive way is the prison value and the daily profit. Staff fatalities are still 10, which is obviously in real life terrible, but in this game, when you've got a gang prison and the amount of prisons that we have, that's actually not too bad. There is a metric that we're not too bad at, though. Prisoners escape 33, that's bad, and 71 deaths in custody. And it generally goes up 1 or 2 a day. How long have we been running this for? Wow, okay, 86 days, played 19 hours and 18 minutes, plus a little bit of change on the seconds. Wow, okay. Didn't realise it was that much. So we've got the model cell still designated there. As I've mentioned, we might have to change these up, so we'll see how that one goes, see how that one fares. I'm not going to place any flooring in because the walls are not yet placed, so it's probably not good for me to do that. In terms of the programs, I'm just going to go down over to the, where is it? Death row up here, we don't need that. Guard test certification, I'm going to stop that. We've been running that a little bit too long there. That should be all fine. Carpentry apprenticeship, it's finished and 0 have passed, so we'll stop that. We don't need to keep running that either. You see a lot of guards are not too keen. Staff are not paid enough, apparently. Let's go over to our policy And, oh, we'll give them a pay raise. That's right, we did cut it a little bit. So let's give them a pay rise. Let's give them a bit of a double pay rise. There we go. Let's give them a 10% pay rise. And it was, since mine was 20, it's, yeah, we've got a nice little net profit there. Another couple of deaths in custody because of that Tom Fairbairn, snitch and gang member. There's Bort Flower as well, I think, was involved in that one. But we should now have... Oh, prisoners should have left. That dingling noise could have been the federal witnesses leaving. And if we look at our informants, we shouldn't have any federal witnesses anymore. No. No. So they have left exactly as we anticipated. This is good. So, the question is, the ones that we permanently locked down, are those gone as well? And... I think it's a case of... there should have been, but have there? Yeah. Same as when you, like, completely permanently punishment a gang leader and they should be in the cells and they just wander off and recruit people because of game. Right, so it's sleep time. Haven't done a shakedown in about 30 seconds, so we will try and resolve that. I'm just going to check out our informants here. Potential CI. Lovely, lovely. So you can... Volatile and gang member. Yeah, we'll have those in. Go on then. And we'll bring those out. So waiting for everybody to roughly get back to their cells. You can see some are being escorted. It's going to take a while. Let's just do the shakedown there. So how many staff do we have? We have 70 staff. I'm going to hire 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more because, well, we can and we can afford it. There's a tunnel. Didn't get very far. Literally dug down into the foundations of the toilet. So not really a big problem. Let's just remove that. Prioritize that as well. They found a rope on them. So far, they've got a lot of stuff we found. So 5 pairs of shears, hammers, drills, ropes. I mean, there's loads of stuff. If we go over to found in the last 24 hours, a lot of stuff there. Most of it smuggled in undetected and such. So I don't anticipate a lot being found. There's another tunnel. Look at that. So from that one there, yeah, interesting. Tunneling, are you? We'll remove that. So, danger levels flying up once again. Gang members are furious because the leader's in clink. That's just a crying shame. I will check my levels of caring, and it's a critically 0. So, let's just let these crack on. Oh, was that person waiting to go through that door rather than just walking around? Happy days. If I designate that as solitary, those should be opened up now. Apparently, it is not. Oh, there we go. Why is the sort of riot music come on? 'Cause there's a riot, that's why. Where is the riot? Ah, Benjamin Featherstone. It's probably to do with a Featherstone. Long time no see. Prisoner number 1372798. Sentenced to 14 years for violent disorder. I've put a number 1 on that. 4 years for violent disorder. And it's booting off. I think the riot is in low risk. It is in low risk. A low risk riot? I'm blaming Featherstone. I mean, all riots are not really low risk. All... Ooh, look at that. That's certainly becoming an issue. I'm just hoping that it doesn't spread to other prisoners. Who would have thought that of all of the places to riot, it would have been low risk? But sure enough, they are running around, rioting, bashing stuff up and doing whatever they do, taking keys and such. They're not deleting anybody. They're not taking them out. There's no killing here. It's all about just making a mess and things like that. Although that person, bit of an exhibitionist, taking the clothes off. Although we've punched him so hard his clothes went on. Actually, we punched him so hard he's phasing out of existence. Well then, that's a new one. And okay, they're running away. No, they're not running away. They're just trying to go there. Well, I'm going to preemptively call in some riot police and some paramedics. Because, quite frankly, I think it would be a decent thing to do. Everybody get there, please. So, riot police. Right then, do you want to stop this, we ask? And yes, that was very easily dealt with. So most of the paramedics are going to be going around sorting that out. We'll get rid of some of these riot police. We'll keep the paramedics in and about. Yeah, I would not have called that. If you ask me which prison's going to boot off, I wouldn't have called it. I wouldn't have said that one. Certainly not. Still got a little bit of fighting now and again. Something we'll just have to accept. So, I'm just going to place some of this. And then some of this. And this is going to be our room, and we'll have to do the cells as well, but I'll do that later. So, a riot. Wouldn't have thought that. So there's going to be a lot of punishments to hand out now, and a lot of people saying they can't be assigned to cells. That's sort of nature of the beast, really. Let's have a quick look. So we want potential CIs. If there's any potential CIs, we'll recruit those informants. Leo Coop Yoon, apparently. 126584546 and handling stolen goods, apparently. Yeah, any potential CIs we will recruit, and that's a problem. Some of them saying they can't be assigned to cells, and I think that's because of grading. So you can see I'm recruiting all of the potential CIs because of the any time we can remove them from here and free up some space. I'm all up for, because we've got 16 waiting solitary, and I'd say the majority of, if not all of that, will be from here. So a lot of them are just going to be standing around in cuffs like that. There's a fella there. See that there? James Sexton, age 30. There'll be others just standing around. There's another one there. Matt Conaghan, age 29, just sort of wandering around with cuffs on, ready to be placed in here. I'm not going to reduce the sentences. That's not happening. Apparently, there's a tunnel over there. If there is, then good luck to you. It could be from here, but I very much doubt it. So you can see all of the doors here being a bit of a problem. I'm going to lock them open. So we want security. And we want... it's called execution, not death row. There we go. It's all powered up. Electric chair can go in and stuff at some point. Just going to put some lighting in so we can actually see what's going on. Not going to fret over where the lighting's going, as long as we get lighting in. And that's a different size, that one. I know it's a different size, but I knew it for a while ago, but just don't know what to do with it. I mean, 6 cells. What the hell? You tell me the lighting for that's blown that grid? Oh, it has, because I'm an idiot. Right. Didn't put all the capacitors in. I was wondering why. That's why I've moved the electric chair over to this power station here, because this power station only powers the workshop. There we go, there's that powered up now, and we have enough for the lights. And why are those being put there? That is all kinds of wrong. And because it's done its typical game thing, so thank you, game. Can you not do that? So, death row, death row. Oh, sorry, this room here, this was a parole, wasn't it? Of course. Wooden floor. And parole. And that's death row. So once it's built, it should change to... Ah, no, it won't change to death row appeal, will it? Because of the way the game functions, which is at times not. Things like... Prime example. The old school way was just you designate something, and it would just... The things like... the programs would change, would alter slightly. So, for example, parole. You set a parole for... Well, if you get death row appeal, it's not going to... I don't think it changes the name. Whereas the new way of doing it is that if you've got a designation, like, for example, a canteen, and you change that to staff only, it changes the name to staff canteen. So... There we are. So, the visitor table just to go in. A bit of flooring to be placed as well. And there we are. So that person is not allowed in here technically, so they're going to have to get moved over. I don't think a shakedown, I don't think a search is necessary really. 2 in solitary and 1 awaiting. I'm going to end punishment because quite frankly I don't want them hanging around there. They've been escorted quite a ways. We're just going to walk over here. It's only about 3/4 of a mile stroll. Let's go. But, why is that yard? Ah. The yard is not the minimum size. That's an error on my part, and that's a big problem. And I'm guessing people have pointed this out and I've not noticed it. Okay. The media have started campaigning over immunities granted prisoners. I've been a lot of heat in my office. I'm passing a bill which bans exercise equipment in prison yards, so I need you to remove all weights benches from your yards. Otherwise you'll be fined. Well, that's a problem. And that's even more of a problem. So, I'm going to have to resolve that. And I don't know what the solution is. Well, obviously the solution is to make it bigger. I can make it bigger onto the right, and that should be sufficient, and the yard will extend. I could make it bigger on the left, but that means this will be only one size, only size 1 for this, which means I'd have to run the walls like that. So the yard will come along here like that. So this will be the yard. Like that, so this will be deleted, this wall, so the yard will be the right size, and then this one will be open plan to these, and this will just be showers like that. That's probably what I'm going to do, but that'll be a next episode problem. Good progress in this episode again. We got a lot of this done. See the cells, I haven't graded them properly because I don't know how we're going to stand with that when it comes to the type of people we're going to get there. We've got a lot of flooring put in, a lot of the walls and extra doors and such, and some more stuff moved around. So oh, and we had the riot, which was obviously a bit of a distraction. Next episode then, weight benches, we're going to sort that out, and we'll just remove them from all the yards. Simple. And we might end up putting them in the common room for the time being, but we'll see. How many is it? 94 hours. That's a problem then. That's several days without weight benches. There's going to be a lot of needs going up then. Yeah. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Either way, next episode we'll do the changes that I've just mentioned about the yard. Probably to the left expansion rather than the right. And we'll remove the weight benches and just crack on. We will probably get, hopefully, these cells done for death row. And then we might be able to receive people. In terms of prisoners intake, still no death row because we still need to receive more of those as well. And we're up to 53 or 55. So we'll have to see how that one goes. As always, hope you have enjoyed the video. Comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.